here we are. First thing all I did was clone it down, right? And I looked through the README. So let's do this. What we should have seen, wow, it holds a lot. Man, it holds a lot. Cool. What you should see is this is your starter code, right? This is exactly what you were given. The first thing you see is some sort of add button, event listener, and it's listening for a click. This is the arrow function, the callback function, and all it does is it checks to see what? Add toy, and then it negates add toy. What does this do? Right, like you have a global variable here that says let add toy equals to false. So whenever I click, I am making add toy become the opposite. So if it started as true, it is now assigned as not true, which we know is false. If it started as false when I clicked, it will now be not false, which will be true. So this syntax is a toggle syntax. You will use this a lot in React. This is like, again, exposing you through the labs, right, how kind of code works, and seeing different coding styles and techniques that you can pull into your toolbox and be like, great, now I know how to do a toggle, right? First, I have a default setting, and then I can just switch the Boolean. If it's true, show it. Otherwise, don't show it, right? Or whatever this happens to be. Does that make sense? So whenever I click, right, currently, what is it? It starts as false. So then it switched to not false. So now add toy on line 10 is true. So if true, which it will be, then take the style, take the display, and make it block. If I click again, add toy is currently true, it will now be false. And so if false, do not run. Now else, the form style display equals to none. If display equals to none, that means what? It will not render on the page. Cool? Great. Now I understand what's happening with the code. That's the first thing I should do. If I'm given code, and this was a code challenge for me, or this is a take-home code challenge, or this is anything whatsoever related to me inheriting a code base, the first thing I should do is read the code, read the README, and the deliverables. Now I understand what's happening. I'm comfortable with this initial code base, and I'm comfortable enough making changes to it. So far, so good. Would you feel comfortable making changes to code you do not understand how it works? No, that's crazy, right? So let's go to the README together. You got a friend in me. So, sorry, I'm a developer, not a singer. You can make fun of me on the low later. But great. What does it say? Great. Help Andy recover their toys. Create your server. I have a db.json file, and all I'm going to do is host it locally on my JSON server so that it runs on localhost 3000. I can check to see if this exists properly right here, and in fact, it is being hosted. Cool? First thing I should do. Oops. Yeah? Wow, great. This works. Step 1 is done. What is step 2? Fetch Andy's toys. So on the index.html, there is a div with the ID of toy collection. Let me take a look. Div with an ID of toy collection. Boom, cool, got it. When the page loads, make a GET request to fetch all the toy objects. With the response data, you should be making some sort of class, right? Some card class div for each toy, and then add it to the div. Great, got it. First thing I should do is, on the page load, make a GET fetch request. Cool? I can do that. How can I wait until the page loads before I do anything? Dot. What am I listening for? That's right, add event listener, right? And that event listener is going to be listening for the event, and then it gets a callback function, right? I did that already. Oh no. I'm gonna have to start from scratch, but lost everything. That's all right, we'll do it together. We'll do it live. Cool. So what is the event here? Yeah? What is it? Like this? Is that cool? Great. And then what does this take? A callback? Yeah. Cool. You want a keyword function or arrow? Great. So this right here waits until the DOM loaded. I can just go, bloop. Great. So now my add button event listener will wait until the content is loaded. Any questions on that? I can always check it by doing log and just be like, DOM is loaded. DOM is loaded. Good to go. Now, this says to what? Do a fetch, right? Cool. And I need to make a div card for each toy and add it to the toy collection. The smart thing to do is to read the entire README before doing anything, so you have understanding of where the flow of all the deliverables will take you. Great. Step 3, add toy info to the card. Each card should have the following elements. Boom. Looks like this, right? This right here is just the translation of this HTML. Any questions on that? Right, let's do it then. I will. Great. How do I do this GET request? Bitch. Cool. What's the URL? All right. Just getting like the index, right? Which is toys. Cool. Do I need anything in here? Do I need like a method get? No. Cool. Powerful. What do I do after the fetch comes back? I have a response that I will then parse to JSON, and then I will simply get back some data, right? This should be what? Right, these are like all these toys. Remember? Toys. Why do I not have bananas around this? One argument inside the arrow function, right? So I can, before I do anything else, log what toys are. And is this coming back properly? Good. Great. This is all my data properly coming back to me in the format that I expect and want. What do I need to do with all of this data? I need to take my toys array and make HTML with them in order to add them to the DOM. Cool? So I have my toys array, and what do we know? What kind of function do we know can take an array and then make it into something else in a one-for-one sort of transformation? Cool. And map takes a callback. And what does this function do? Right. Remember, so heard some of you, yeah? Cool. I'm going to return a bunch of string. What does that string look like? This. So if this is accurate, what this should be doing is I get all the toys back and immediately transforming them into HTML. Any questions so far? Or like why I did that, the logic behind it. Cool. Can I access this later? Can I console log whatever this is? So I need some sort of let, right? Toys HTML, maybe, something like that. And then can I just toys HTML? Yeah.
Is there a reason why you would set toys HTML variable within your DOM content loaded as opposed to in the global scope?
Would I want to do this get inside DOM content loaded?
Like if you, I don't know, I guess just like in other labs, we would set this variable in global. I guess if we're not going to be adding anything to it, it doesn't really matter. But if we were like, if we had to add to that array, would you normally set it outside of the DOM content loaded? Or would it really matter where you're setting it?
It's important where I set it. Here, I'm just following directions that simply say, when the page loads, make this GET request. And so when the page loads, do this GET request. Theoretically, I can do the fetch out here. Because when the page loads, I mean...
No, I just meant setting the variable.
Oh, you're talking about like making a global variable?
Yeah, like setting the toys HTML as a global variable.
Oh, I can do it like I just did in Pokemon, but I want to show you a different way. Cool. Well, we could do that too if you guys want to.
It doesn't matter, I was just curious.
If
it made a difference.
No, not really. It's just one less thing to have to update later. Great, so I have this and I can log toys HTML. Cool. Boom, there it is. Is this correct? Should everyone be Woody? No. How can I change that? Right? What is toy here? Is toy defined? Whoops. Bloop. Oh, did I just? That looks right. All right, and what are the attributes of toy? Name, right? And let's take a look in case I forget. We have name, image, and likes. Great. So this probably is going to be toy.image. And then naturally, this for should be cool. So if I were to refresh, looks like I have Buzz Lightly here, Mr. Potato, Slinky. That's being interpolated. It's being transformed properly. Do you see how I just kind of checked that really fast? Great. What do I do now with this? How do I get it on the DOM now that I've seen this? Great. I can grab the element, right? And how do I do that?
So first I would go to the Chrome page and try and figure out, or the elements, and try and figure out which is the best place to put the toys in. Some kind of toy container, collection.
Cool. That's a very good answer. Here specifically, it says what?
Toy collection.
Right. And add it to the toy collection div. Tells me specifically exactly where to add it. Perfect. So I need to document dot query selector. And how do I get this? This is an ID. So it needs a hash. Hashtag. Right. Toy collection. Right. Can I do the inner HTML? And then simply add onto it.
Not join.
Hmm?
Is that toys HTML not join?
Toys HTML.join.
Yeah.
So how do I do that? Now that I have this, what do I do? So if I do just equals, what will happen?
Oh, I see. We have the entire map. We have all.
Sure. So I would say equals the toys HTML. Cool. And if I refresh, what do I get? There they are. The problem is, what happens? Nothing really, right? I'm assigning the inner HTML. Because there are no children inside this div, if I'm overriding nothing with this toys HTML, that's okay. If there were already children in it, and I equals as opposed to plus equals, I'd be overriding anything that was already there. Any questions how we got them to the page?
So when you change the inner HTML, it ignores the fact that you're in an array already?
What do you mean? I think you're talking about these?
No, yeah, so I thought we have to do like a dot join on toys HTML because we're returning an array of like all of strings, right?
Dot join with what?
Dot join on, I guess it would just be like,
That just removes commas.
and it just does that automatically.
What does what automatically?
I mean, just having toys HTML, like without the join.
Well, think about it, right? What is toys HTML?
It is a array of strings, which is HTML.
Absolutely. So let's take this step by step. Cool. So I'm going to not do this. Cool. And I'm simply going to grab this toy collection div. If I grab it, right now when I click it, it's assigned to $0, right? Just like if I click this, this is now $0, or this is $0, this is $0, this is $0. Whatever I click on becomes $0 temporarily for me to just debug. I can go in the console and I can say, what is $0? Yeah. Can I $0 and simply ask for its inner HTML? There's nothing in there, right? Does that make sense? What about something with things in it? So this container, right, has a form in it, and that has H3, has a form. So this container is now $0, and it has HTML children. Check? So if I say, what is $0 now? It's this div. What is the inner HTML? It is this one long string. Cool. What you're saying is toys collection, toys HTML is an array of all this string. Yeah, it will inherently understand. Cool. All I was going to do is like add on like inner HTML equals to an array of a string, which is going to be a div. It just says cool. So what is $0? It has a container, and it's now just a div of cool. It will take an array. Yeah? Are there any questions on what I just did? Awesome. Great. Let's bring this back. And they're back. Is there any question on why we did this dot join? Who's comfortable with this dot join? Awesome. So, what's next? Boom. Step 3. Are we good? Can we move on? Step 4. Add a new toy. When a user clicks on the Add Toy button, a post request is sent to this URL, and the new toy is added to Andy's toy collection. So, oh wow, embarrassing. It should be when the user clicks on Create New Toy. Does anyone understand the difference? Add new toy should just give me the form, and then create toy should be the one that submits. Cool? Sorry about that. I'll have to fix that readme. Cool. So when a user clicks on this create new toy, which is actually what? What is this create new toy? It's a form. Right? So yes, I could do a click, but what should I really be doing? So where should I write this code? Somewhere in the DOM content loaded, right? Great. Let me add a new event listener on what? From the form, right? How do I get the form? Do I have the form already? Toy form, right? And because this is available globally, if I were to just go, what is toy form? It's going to be this. Because this is not inside the closure scope of DOM content loaded, it's available global. So I have it global. Great. So on this toy form, what do I want to do? I'm listening for A, and that does what? There's some sort of callback, right? So here I'll just write function since you guys were kind of shaky on that, so I'll just write the keyword function to make sure everyone's all safe and sound. And all I want to do is console log the event.target. Does event.target exist right here, right now? Where do I need to create it? How do I get event.target on line 28? That's right. This callback is going to receive the event from the event listener. So let's do that. Add new toy. What happens when I create new toy? What should I see? That's right. Almost tricked you, but I didn't. You're too smart. I'm actually going to see the console log for half a second, and then A. So this indicates to me I must first. Cool. Great. Any questions so far? Awesome. So what do I do now that I have this submit listener? Yeah, I need to grab this stuff, right? So how do I grab it? It just says input type text. Let's take a look at the HTML. Is there anything unique in here that can help me identify what this is? Right? Like, what's the difference between this one and this one that's not necessarily kind of the placeholder? Right? The name? Right? Do you want to just use name, or what do you want to use? IDs all the way? Name.value?
So the form e.target.name.value.
Yes. Right. And what does that give me? What is e.target? Let me just bring that back. What is .name? What is this?
So that's the name of the name value.
.name? Uh-huh. And what is the .value? Right. So for those that are slightly confused, right? Remember, I can call e.target. All right, so here, this is $0, right? So what is $0? Same thing. What is .name? Remember, $0 is just simply going to be a reference to e.target in this example. So e.target.name gives me name, and I call .value gives me undefined. Just name. I don't need .value. There's no value. How would I get this one though? This second input. How would I get that? It's $0 right now.
It's the .name should equal to it. Yeah.
So, can I then do a const of like, I don't know, toy name equals to what? Let's test it. Ready? Cool. What is this? Image. This is toy image. So let me test. A, and image, B. Cool. I'm getting them properly. So far, so good. All right. What do I do with this now? Now that I have it. What now? Yeah, now I have the data. Now I have the data I can send to the database. So fetch. What is the API? What is the URL? The README says that when a user is done, send a post to this URL. Add a boy, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Oh crap, sorry. String, and then what? Is this good? I could dot then this. Oh man. Okay. I need to what? What else do I need?
What's the content
Just practice, right? Are you feeling better about it already? Just practice. When I first introduced this, you're like, just practice. It's going to be okay. So, what else is after headers? Oh, body. Well, they're already amazing. And do I just drop in my body right here? What do I need to do to it? Is it? Yeah. Inside here or outside? Cool. And what do I need? What am I sending over? And? Anything else? I can always default likes to 99, blinky face, right? Is 99 cool, or should I maybe, should I send over likes 99? Which one? That's right, look how it's stored. It should be just a number. Yeah, it's just a number. Just a number. When you do that, call me over and I will run with you. But that is a nightmare. Cool. Great. So, say again?
What about its ID?
The database will handle that, right? Like Active Record or whatever database you're using typically assigns a primary key and it'll build the ID for you. Cool? So now, in this fetch, which ends right here, what do I need to do? Yeah, I can just take the response, parse the JSON, and then what? Right, so this should be my new toy that I just got back as an argument, and then I can just the new toy. So what I should see is, do you guys have a toy name? Is there? What do you guys want me? What does your boy look like? Let's go to Flavortown. Oh my God! Yes. No, this one. That's the winner right there. Cool. Great. Powerful. Cool. Huh? I got this data back. Awesome. 99 likes, obviously. So let me just take a look, quick, see, and I didn't update the DOM, right? Naturally. But if I refresh, will it be there? Let's go take a look at. Oh yeah. Your boys. Flavortown, right? Great. So now I need to, right? Cool. In here, I'm going to do this because I will obviously need a multi-line. Now I need to, okay, fetch updated the database. Right, now I need to update that DOM. How would I do that? What is this really doing here? Right, but when this card came up, right, what did it add it to, and like, how's that work?
Whatever populate with it, the server's already using somewhere, maybe we can access that one.
This right here, right? Initially, it's adding this thing to it. So, wouldn't it be nice if I can take this, right? Do I need to equal? What happens if I equal? I will overwrite, right? Cool. So let me just see. Can I just put new toy here? No, what's wrong with this? Dot inner HTML plus equals what? Just new toy? Is that cool? What is new toy exactly? It's a JSON object, right? So that's not going to work. So, okay. I need to, what? Convert the, right, new toy, right, from to HTML in order to add to the DOM, right? The DOM.com. Cool. How do I do that? New toy. What? What am I doing with new toy?
So we've already written a method that sort of does this. And could we abstract that out and then just call it here?
Where's that function that I've created?
It's in here. It's like that.
When I mapped it? Map?
The return is what?
Mm-hmm. Can I just, because what do I need really? New toy exists, right? Can I just say new toy HTML equals to, oops, don't want to do that. And then I could just pull this in. Do you see how like you're already starting to think, oh man, I can probably refactor this, right? Don't do it yet. Make it work and then refactor. You can also probably figure out that I have this inner HTML and this. Can I just maybe pull that out here so they both have it because of the way lexical scope works? Set it as a const of like maybe, I don't know, toy collection. Cool. You're starting to see the refactors because you're good.
That's what I meant by just setting it. Well,
Oh, got it. Sorry.
no.
You're thinking too far. You're smarter than me. Cool, great. So now I have a new toy HTML, right? Does this work? So I have to do this. Oh, damn it. It's not going to work. All right. So what? New toy, dot name? New toy. And new toy. Great. So now I have this new toy HTML. Can I make this plus equals right there? Thank you.
And we have to return.
Do we know? This variable is just being set, right? It'd be crazy if I was like, hey, make sure you...
No.
I know where your head's at, but yeah, cool. Are we good with this? Let's see what happens. Let me add a new toy and just put Charizard. I don't know what that is, and so I'm going to stay away from it. And I'm just going to put, like, not an image. And see what happens. Ooh, didn't like that. What did yeah, cool, better is. Boom, it appended to the DOM. But unfortunately, it couldn't read not an image as a proper URL, right? Are there any questions how I was able to create that? So get and post, are we good to go? just that practice, you know? Don't be scared. It's gonna be okay. Oh, dang it, now it's gonna haunt me forever. It's fine. Great. This, right, is done. In case you didn't know how to write a fetch request, it's there. Cool? Great. Increase the toys likes. Is this like the hard part? Is this everyone kind of wants to review on? When a user clicks on a like button, two things should happen. Conditionally increase the toys like count and send a patch request to the server, updating the number of likes the specific toy has. Headers and bodies are provided below. Wow. Great. So, what I'm listening for is what? This click, right? So, what do I want to put this listener on? The toy container? Do we? I have a submit on the form. I have a DOM content loaded. And I have an add button listener, which does, that's this. So do I have a listener that I can use? Cool. What should I use instead? What should I do? Cool. The toy collection or whatever. The buttons are all on. That's a good statement, right? Let me take a look at this entire collection. This toy collection gives me all the divs I made. And this button is right here. So would it make sense to listen on the card or maybe the collection? Perfect. Cool. This is the third time I will use this code, which is gross. Who wants to do that refactor? Finally, you want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. It's totally gross. So I can say, what is this? Const toy collection. And then I can just replace these with. So now I'm starting to see how I can possibly refactor, but it's only because I've suffered through writing it so much, and I know where they are, and it makes sense. Before I do anything else, everything works. All my functionality will remain true. Cool?
Is this being too picky? Is that when you, after you hit create, it leaves the, what you put in there?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. How do I get rid of all this? You can set them equal to an empty string, right? So where is the post? The post is right here on the submit. After I do all this and I add it to the form, I can take the exact form. So what's the form again? E.target. What is E.target right here? Yeah? BBB, CCC, create form. What is this? E.target is the form. There is a beautiful method called reset. Yeah. Ooh la la, right? Create toy and it resets. But now ooh la la is just broken. Yeah, embarrassing. Embarrassing, huh?
Could you reset and just make that form disappear, like do the reverse of the drop down thing?
I can. And then how would I do that though? I would, what? Yeah, I would just switch it, right? That's not important right now. Let's just move on because I don't want this to drag on super long. Cool? All right. So the next thing to do would be this patch. We have discovered that we can call toy collection. And we've agreed that toy collection should be getting the, and what are we listening for? Click, cool. And that takes a Cool. I'm gonna arrow this one so you can see the difference. Bloop, 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 bloop. Right? And the first thing I want to do is, on this like, what do I want to do? Console log, what is e.target? Do I have access to e here? What happens? What's the error I get? Undefined reference error e. Some of you will get this on the code challenge or in life when you're writing JavaScript. Do not panic, right? Just look at it and go, oh, that's because I never gave it e. Cool? Cool. What's the difference between this like and this like?
Nothing.
Or this like? Ugh, embarrassing. Cool. How can I make those likes unique?
You have access to the HTML, so you can do it right there.
Yeah, great. So for this button, what kind of unique values do I want to add on this? Huh? My favorite bloke strikes again. Excellent. Really excellent. Cool. So this should be the new toy.id. The problem with this is this is the new toy, and I added the button for the new toy. Do the old toys have it? Not yet. I like this class. Cool. All right. And it's going to be toy.id. Okay, so do you see how this looks exactly the same as this? You can probably start to think about how if you don't have a function or you don't extract it and refactor it, you'll have to change it in multiple places. And it can break your code. So now that you've experienced and see the frustration, we can think about a refactor. All right? Does anyone actually want me to do it? Because it's not really important. I'm just going to go to patch. All right, great. Cool. So I can check the target. Let's see if I broke something. Boop. Data ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 again. So now that we have that, what do I do with this information? Right? I have a button. I have a unique button. I know when it's clicked. Right? What can I check for? If e.target what?
Oh, wait. We want to check if it's the button, right?
Yeah, like I'm getting this div card here, maybe the image or this like.
If you don't target the class name equals button,
Yeah, I have a like button, right? So I can get a little bit more specific. Here, it's any click inside this container. I want to listen only for when these like buttons are clicked, right? So if e.target class like button, so dot, is it class? Like this is equal to like btn. Cool. Then, and only then, will I console log it. Cool? So, does a click work here now? Yes, but it's not being logged, right? What if I do, ooh. Nice. I'm just sort of narrowing down the specifics, right? I'm listening for a click anywhere in the toy collection, but now I'm listening only if a button with a class name of like is being called. So what can I do with this data now? Well, we know e.target is this button, right? And then the README says I need to do two things. Two things when a user clicks the toy like button. Conditionally increase the toy's like count. That sounds like to dom.com, right? And then send a patch request. God bless you. I thought you thought that was funny, and I smiled, and I realized you sneezed. And then I then broke my heart. Okay, cool. So let's take a look. I have this right here, this like button. Oh my God. All right, cool. And I see that I have likes here. And it looks like, is this a parent? Is that a parent element or a sibling? Cool. Can I grab this like a sibling somehow from here? Because I'm here at the button. I need access to these likes, right? So let me see. JavaScript, right? Sibling. What else? Maybe like select sibling. Grab that sibling. Okay. There's something called next sibling. Interesting, interesting. Well, that makes sense, right? So there's a next sibling. Let's just take a look at these docs. Related pages. Cool. So let's just find out, for funsies, right, what would happen from e.target dot previous sibling, right? That's what it's called? Previous sibling. Cool. So can I console log e.target dot previous sibling? Ooh. Let's find out. Let's take a look at the console. I'm looking to expect to see likes. Oh God, it's not a function? Oh, embarrassing. Embarrassing. Ooh, what's this? Node type? Huh. Div? Like, what is this text thing?
It almost like the siblings.
What? Well, it's grabbing something, and it says that it comes back as like text, right? Let's check to see, right? This previous sibling. Let's find what is the inner text of this thing? Undefined. That's not right. Let's see actually, let's just play with it in here. Ready? I'm gonna grab this, hit this like button. So now the like button is $0, right? So I have $0. And then I can do, what is the previous element sibling or sibling? What is element sibling? Cool. So, first of all, this was trash.
W3 docs.
0 stars. Yeah, I know. But I think ugh, it's trash. Next sibling. Cool. Yeah. Either way, you can let Chrome help you, right? So now we have the previous element sibling. That's the one. Previous element sibling. Cool, 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 cool. Now, I just discovered this, so to speak, like kind of like hacking my way through. What is another way I can sort of grab this likes right here? How can I select this? If I had some sort of query about what this is and I wanted to select it, how would I possibly grab this? Very good. I would add another query selector. Instead of traversing the DOM, like literally traversing it in the way that where I'm at, I'm going to move from where I'm at, I can simply just query select it. Cool. So from here, the like button, I can just find in here, right, in this card, maybe like a p tag, because it's the only p tag in here, in each individual card. Yeah, it's the only p tag in here. I would query select their p tag within the card. So far, so good? Cool. All right, so I have this now. What can I do with it? It is, as we remember, a p tag with 5 likes. Let's check the inner text of this p tag. 5 likes. That's the inner text. Yeah. So from here, dot inner text. Oh, I don't have a $0 on it. Give me that. Cool. Am I missing something? Yeah, it's Woody. Cool. So this is $0, console. 5 likes, right? So far, so good? Does these 5 likes help me out here? What am I trying to do with this? I want to somehow +1. Can I +1 to 5 likes? I can, but it's not what I think it is, right? It's string concatenation. So what do I want to do? I want to transform this from what? 5 likes the string into 5 likes. Oh, I spelled that wrong. To just 5. Remember how parse int works. I showed you on day 1. It sees a number, and it's like, great, that's 5. It sees a space, whatever. It sees L, and it's like, nah, just kidding. And it will stop. Cool? In the same way that if I try to parse int a string that said, okay, 1, 2, 3, not a number, but if I said 1, 2, 3, okay, it'll do 1, 2, 3. If I said 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, it'll see O in the okay and will stop. So now I have this. And that is something like, maybe like let current likes equals to this parse int. So now I have access to current likes, which is 5. So with current likes, I can always add 1 to it because you can add numbers to numbers and it's not crazy. I can go back to this element. All right. And I could say this right here. The value of this will now be current likes +1. Yeah? So look, it changed it. But I'm kind of missing some user experience here, right? So I'm really looking for like maybe current likes +1 plus likes. Ugh. Let me add this space here. There we go. So I have an idea of how this is kind of working now, right? I can grab it off the DOM. I can make it a number. I can add to it. And then I can put that new thing back on the DOM. So far, so good? Yeah?
Is there any way you could limit the likes per user without like having like a login of some sort?
Limit the likes per user.
So right now, the user can press that like button and you just keep going up, right?
Yeah, there's no real way to validate it unless on click you can disable a button.
No.
Right? Like so, here you go. How to disable button JavaScript. You can literally disable it. You can take the button and just write .disable equals to true, and then it'll change. So, you guys want to do that or no? Yeah. Okay, they don't care for it, but that's how you do it. Cool? I mean, I tried, man, I tried. So, great. Here I know that I have the inner text. I need to say something like let current likes equals to a parse int version of this whole thing. Then I can take the current likes and I can add 1. Yeah? So this is something like let new likes equals to current likes +1. And then what? I can take this inner text again and say it's equals to new likes plus the string likes. Yeah? From string concatenation. So if I hit it, right? But if I refresh, it did not like that. Cool? So notice how when I clicked, I immediately updated the DOM. Did I wait until the fetch the patch request came back? No way, I don't even have the patch request. So is this optimistic or pessimistic? It's very optimistic, right? It's like, great, don't even worry about the fetch, we'll update the DOM for sure. Cool? Great. Hit this readme. Cool. Did I increase the toys like count?
Yes.
Great. So the next thing is send a patch request to this thing right here. Cool. The next thing is fetch. Oop, that's not it. Fetch with the URL of this. Is that gonna work? Cool. Cool. How do I access the ID? What is e.target again? What is it? It's the like button, right? Inside the like button, do I have access to AID? Right? So I can just do, what is this? e.target.dataset.id. Cool. All right, I'm gonna pause the recording.